thought we'd see fighting throughout the city. But it's dead quiet.
Either Dohalim's allies have been arrested, or they're keeping a low profile.
Meaning the rebels are occupying the palace? Then let's hurry up and kick those bastards out. This place is awfully quiet for a siege palace.
Such a huge place is spooky without all those people here.
They're probably waiting to ambush us.
With so few Renans here, I guess this is what it's like when the Danans are expelled and the ruling minority are all that's left. My money's on them using Zeugles to even the odds.
I don't even see any Danan guardsmen.
The fact that they're not at their stations tells me they really have been driven out. We all swore an oath of loyalty to Lord Dohalim. My fellow guards wouldn't abandon their post lightly.
Speaking of which, where the heck is he?
What's happening?
Any idea where we should go in the main building?
Let's try the Lord's chamber.
Worth a shot.
Hey Law, you can bust that wall open, can't you?
Kisara, do you have any idea just what Kelzelik might be planning at the palace?
It's hard to say. I've never seen him use any powerful arts, and I don't think he's particularly skilled with any weapons either. However, I have noticed him accompanied by something strange from time to time.
What kind of strange?
I don't know. I couldn't see anything with him, but I could sense something was there. Probably some sort of Zeugle.
An invisible Zeugle?
We'd better be careful in any case. I'd rather we not find out after it jumps us and tries to rip our throats out.
dispose of the trash.
No shield can stand up to these fists.
I see one, eh?
Now! Astral energy!
Say no more.
Armor won't save you.
Rending flash!
This should come in handy when crafting weapons.
Out of our way! I never miss!
Take down their defenses!
Now! Here's the Astral energy!
Say no more!
Here I go!
We're not
Attack time!
This should come in handy when crafting weapons.
I won't forgive you!
Showdown between blade and fist. Now I'm
Looks like we got them all.
no choice!
bring him down! I can carve through
Blade! This one's all mine! You picked the wrong fight!
Mission!
I'm going in!
Engaging!
Never miss!
Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang!
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
Is that some kind of note the rebels left?
Hey, it mentions the release mechanism we're looking for, but
This isn't enough to go on.
No backing down!
Now you'll learn!
now!
Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang!
You'll pay for what you did!
Eagle Sound! I'll finish you here and now!
Here I come!
Searing flame! Reload!
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
Out of our way!
Engaging!
Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
Anything in armor is all mine! Fire support!
Fang! Double
You're mine!
Now get toasty!
Burst Strike!
Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang! Demon Fang!
Now I'm in the groove!
Now!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! You're quite the gunslinger.
I have to be, in this world.
Don't worry. I've got your back.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Ignite!
I'm the true gunslinger!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! Dragon Shell! Castle! Rising Falcon! I'm on it!
Its armor's too strong. Be my guest.
Destruction! Swallow Blade! I'm on it! Rising Tiger! Rising Phoenix! Armor won't save you!
With this, I can become even stronger.
What's this thing?
Go no further!
Now you'll learn! Lightning
Orb!
Talon Hurricane! Here I come! Here it comes!
They really don't give up, do
Here I
they?
come!
Get toasty!
Burn Strike!
Lightning! Supernova!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclops!
Barely a blip on our radar.
Get lost!
Bring him down! You're finished! I'll smash you! Right on time! I'll punch that gun out of your hand! Engaging! Mission! Double Demon Fang! Megazord!
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
Don't get careless.
Don't tell me.
Double Demon Fang! Destruction! I won't show you any mercy!
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
An astral art?
That's my cue!
Shut him down.
Lightning condemned!
Whirlwind Condemned!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
Right.
Right.
It's on! Bring him down! Fire in the hole! Castle! Rising Falcon!
Lightning Orb! I'll have to take my revenge on you!
Engaging! Rising Water! We got flyers!
I've got this! Beyond Astral Energy! Full throttle!
Rising Water!
Its armor's too strong.
Be my guest! Here! Armor won't save you!
Gale Force! More where that came from!
Looks like we won.
This looks nice and tough.
Can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done! Where are you going?
I'll be saving you guys.
Double demon fang!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
Little help.
You got
Anything you want is all mine.
sonic thrust!
Now,
River!
astral energy.
Say no more.
Eat
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
I think this is a key to the noble room of the castle.
A noble what?
The room at the northern end of this floor. Maybe the release mechanism is in there.
Out of our way!
Here goes. My watch.
Rising Viper!
Light astral energy.
Jason! Easter!
Split it open.
Be like that! Rising Falcon! First strike! Out of the Dragon Swarm!
Lunar corruption. Thunder field. Air.
Our work is done here. Let's move.
Gotta break through! You got spirit!
There you are.
Try this! And
Lightning orb.
Sword Blade Alpha!
Raging cascade. Freeze laser.
All right. There are enemy forces here, too?
They must be predicting our movements and deploying accordingly.
So they figured we were coming all along, is that it?
Let's dispose of the trash.
Searing flame.
Take this!
Lightning raging cascade.
Demon Fang!
Here I come. Now. I'll be saving this one.
You're mine!
Where are you going?
Do it!
Xion, astral energy. Full throttle.
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
Haiduro.
Engaging! Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
Raging
him!
Thunder field! By the power of water!
Ignite!
Raging cascade! Burning!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
Look! Another note from the rebels.
If we combine it with the note we found before, then... there should be a key inside a cabinet in the office.
Great. Let's see if we can find...
Out of our way!
Let's try harder! Rising Wyvern! Dragon Shell! Rising Springboard! Mission! Pierce through! Combat! Pierce support! Destruction! Do it! Challenge support!
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
Even if Danans and Renans aren't on completely equal footing here, both sides still cared about each other, and now we have to fight some of those same Renans inside the palace.
Don't forget, we're here fighting to keep... what makes this realm so special alive. Don't lose hope, Kisu. Alright.
Little help!
You got spirit! Lightning struck! Fire support!
More with that kick!
Smash you! My shield!
Do it! Where are you going?
Shoot!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion. Did that finally get rid of the wall?
To think they would hide it in Lord Dohalim's personal quarters. The nerve of these people.
They won't get away with it for much longer.
That's right. We have to hurry to the Lord's chamber. Let's go!
Well, well, if it isn't the slaves and the traitor. I don't remember giving you permission to enter the palace.
So it's true. You really are the one behind all this, Kelzalik.
I don't remember giving you permission to speak either. Know your place, slave.
Now we see his true colors.
Yeah, A despicable excuse for a human being. Though really, I guess that makes him pretty ordinary, huh?
Kelzelik, you were Lord Dohalim's most trusted advisor. His closest ally. Why would you betray him?
Don't be a fool! I didn't serve him because I wanted to. I expect a mere slave wouldn't know, but there are many powerful contenders for the position of Lord. A contest of strength determines the one who will be Lord and undisputed ruler of a realm. There is no choice in the selection. If my master had any ambitions of becoming the Sovereign, I would have gladly served him.
But he had no intention of fighting for the crown.
Indeed. Can you slaves even imagine how that looked to the rest of us? Enduring the whims of an ambitionless lord, all we could do was wait for the end as we suffered through our humiliation.
You want suffering? Try being Danon for a day.
So you plotted against Lord Dohalim in secret. And when my brother found out...
And I would do it all again if it meant returning Menancia to its rightful state! A realm where Danons are slaves and Renans their masters. It's the natural order.
Enough! Who are you to decide what is natural or rightful, traitor? Miguel, my brother, he dreamed of building a world free of suffering. He gave his life for that dream. And all you've managed to build is a lake of death! You killed my brother. And now you'll die for it! My brother's dead because of you!
Why should I concern myself with the passing of one pathetic slave?
Have you no shame?
Careful! That's some kind of camouflage!
Severing Wind!
Raging Cascade!
Get a word!
Dragon Form!
Roll now!
Eternal Devastation!
Here goes!
It vanished again?
Listen carefully and keep your eyes peeled.
Eagle Fly! Rising Rising Phoenix!
Come on, a roll now!
Take this! I'm on Sword Ring Alpha! Radiant Blast! Eternal Devastation!
Supernova! Here goes time of light!
I'm on Flash! Going Demon Fang! I'm on it! Lightning Thrust! Rising Falcon! Sonic Thrust! Try this!
Do it!
Blending Blast!
I can carve through armor!
This one's mine!
This should do it! Not today!
Thunder Blade!
That's much better.
Double Demon Fang!
Healing Circle! I'll fix you up!
I really
Good
don't
luck!
Go get him! Dance in the wind! Air throw! Ready!
Talon Strike! It's gonna attack!
Right, watch out!
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you!
Rising
Rising!
Supernova! Raging
Finish!
Primed and ready!
Next!
I never miss!
I'm on
Let the
it!
marksman handle this!
Burn in hell!
You alright?
This one's
Yeah,
mine!
I'll be okay.
This should do it!
More with that! Raging Cascade!
Infernal Chorus!
Field!
Glacier Spear! Pierce even!
Anything in armor is all mine.
Try harder!
I'm almost impressed.
That's very heavy for you.
I said almost. Don't get carried away.
You're mine!
One more!
Glacier Spear!
Cascade!
Rising Wyvern! Rising Falcon!
Light Echo! Sweet dreams!
That
You're mine!
Not on my watch!
It's on!
only rely on
Ignite! Crumble!
Raging Cascade!
Swirl of Blood! Rising Wyvern! Rising Phoenix!
That's much better.
Here I come!
Raging Cascade! Now!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
You filthy slaves are despicable!
Your dreams of attaining lordship are no more. Give up, Kelzelik.
Attaining lordship? Ridiculous. Only those who possess a master core can become a lord. What, did you think just anyone could do it?
But then, what were you trying to accomplish with this? Didn't you betray your lord?
Yes, that's true. However, there are other lords.
Other lords? So you mean...
At last, the truth is revealed.
Dohalim, where have you been this whole time?
Cleaning up. Kelzelik, you've made your last of these.
The fruit of Helgen?
It can't be. You found my production facility?
Correct. And I tore it down. But something still troubles me. It's clear that this is no ordinary fruit. Nor was the equipment used to grow it. You couldn't have done all this without outside assistance. Indeed. Something like this must have come from another realm. Tsar, perhaps?
You actually expect me to talk now? At this point, the contest for the crown will be over soon enough. And you will finally receive the punishment you deserve for your weakness.
I've already received my punishment. May this be my final act, as the Lord of Elder Menancia. Go. To Mahag Sar, Ganeth Haros, wherever you think you'll find a suitable lord.
Are you alright with this? He killed your brother after all.
He did. But then I thought, he's nothing more than one common, ordinary Renan. He's not worthy of my time or my anger, right?
So after everything, was the dream of coexisting just a dream?
What is that?
Those are the cheers of the brave Danans who overpowered Kelzelik's forces.
Wait, they challenged the Renans?
Indeed. A militia made up of Danan guardsmen, Renan supporters, and of course, the Gold Dust Cats.
Do we have you to thank for bringing them all together?
Regardless of what your original motivations were, your dream of coexistence saved countless lives. And now, those people out there are fighting to keep that dream alive. That's something real.
Be that as it may, they do so now by their own hands. These people no longer need any lord.
Where are you going?
To put an end to the crown contest. So long as its madness persists, peace will remain ever out of reach. I cannot allow it to continue.
The crown contest impacts far more than just the Danans. You're choosing to fight Lenegis and the entire Empire.
I am well aware. However, if I wish to keep this dream from dying, then I have little choice in the matter. Besides, it's the least I can do.
So you're gonna go out there and make that dream real on your own?
You may be decided on your path, but that doesn't make it any less difficult.
Why not walk that road with us?
Pardon?
You heard me. We're fighting to liberate the Danans. And you're fighting for the people of this realm. I'd say we're on the same path, really. It would only make sense for us to walk it together.
Danan dissidents, side by side with a Renan lord? Not the least intriguing invitation I've received. An invitation which would only be proper courtesy for me to accept.
I'll take that as a yes.
Hey, where'd Kisara go? I don't see her anywhere.
Maybe she just needed some time alone. A lot's happened.
That makes sense. She did just lose her brother after all.
We ought to keep moving as well. So long as there are lords who draw breath, we have a mission to complete. Kisara's a big girl. I'm sure she can handle herself. We should hurry on ahead to our next destination.
I guess you're right. And it is a lot safer here than it was. What do you think, Dohalim?
I am not sure I have the right to say anything as far as Kisara is concerned.
Fair enough. Well, I, for one, would like to say goodbye if we get a chance. Let's keep an eye out for her as we leave.
What's Kisara going to do now?
I'm sure it's complicated for her.
How's that for a kick? I'm getting better, right?
Quite.
Where did Kisara run off to?
You don't think she took off after Kelzelik, do you?
No. Nagal entrusted her with his dream. She wouldn't do something reckless like that. Right now, I think she just needs time to think. What she does from here on out is up to her. She has to be the one to decide.
We've reached our destination.
You all arrived here from Cislodia, yes? In that case, you should depart via the south gate, rather than the one you arrived through.
After all that, Kisara never came back to see us.
I'm surprised she slipped away without us noticing. Where would she even go? I hope this place survives. You think the Danans and Renans have a chance of getting along? We didn't really do much to change things around here, did we?
This realm had its own walls to overcome. And in the end, it was the people themselves who decided to break them down, without any help from us. I hope they keep going. I really do.
Yeah, well, if you say so, I guess. Huh?
All right. I leave command of the Gold Dust Cats in your hands.
You've got nothing to worry about, Kisara. I'll do your brother proud.
Looks like it's time to go. Take good care of Zare for me. All right, Legil?
You've got it. Stay safe, Kisara.
Did you come to say goodbye?
Actually, I was wondering if you could use another companion.
Huh?
Well, we certainly don't mind you coming along. We just figured you'd stay behind and help rebuild. These people could use you.
I thought much the same thing. However, in the end, something changed my mind. Ever since Miguel died, I've been thinking a lot. About where I went wrong, what I should have done differently. You know, that sort of thing. It's true that our dream of coexistence saved many Danan lives, but we were naive and short-sighted. I was so wrapped up in my idea of how things should be that I didn't see the problems that existed right in front of us. I thought we had been given a utopia. And so I never bothered to look too far past its surface. I chose to be ignorant. And because of that, because of me, my brother...
Miguel's death wasn't your fault, Kisara.
Perhaps you're right. But in the end, it was me he entrusted this dream to. I learned that nothing in this life is free, or gained without sacrifice. Now that I know that, I'll just have to figure out what else I don't know.
So, decided to join us?
I have. And hopefully I can continue to protect Elda Menancia from outside the dream world, for the sake of those still inside.
And here I thought you joined for an opportunity on my life.
In all honesty, I'm grateful to you. I truly am. I don't blame you for what happened. But I must also leave your service. No longer will I be defined by protecting a Renan Lord. From now on, when I fight to protect my dream. All I ask is that you do your part, that you fight alongside me, not just for those who used to believe in your dream, but for those that still do. Dohalim.
I understand. I'm no longer a lord anyway.
Well, this crew just gets bigger and bigger. All right, where to, team?
We make for Mahag Sar, the Valley of the Four Winds.
I'm amazed how easily you can move such a giant shield around like it's nothing.
Really? It's not actually as heavy as it looks.
It's really reassuring to have someone like you protecting us, though.
You know, I guess I never realized it before, but looking back, I've always been the sort to put myself in harm's way to protect those around me, even before I joined the Elderman and Sea Guard. So, in a way, using this shield to keep you all safe feels like it's what I was meant to do.
You don't need to worry about protecting me. I don't plan on relying on you.
That's okay. It doesn't matter if you do or not. I don't protect people because they ask me to. I do it because I want to, and because I think it's the right thing to do. That goes for you too, Dohalim.
Me?
Yes. You see, you and I both want the same thing. We have the same goal. That means it's in my best interest to continue to protect and keep you safe as well. Even now.
I'm not sure how much protecting I'll need either, but I appreciate the thought. I'm sure you'll do us proud, Kisara.
Right. You can all count on me.
What was Kelzalik even after in the end?
Isn't it obvious? Clearly he wanted the throne for himself, and was gonna have his goons execute Dohalim to get it.
He had to have known he couldn't hope to defeat a lord. He should have run while he had the chance, instead of holding himself up in the palace.
Maybe he thought he couldn't run? Either way, the outcome's the same.
So he got desperate and decided to go for broke?
One might argue that he was another victim of mine, in a sense.
Huh?
There is no greater calling in life to a Renin than the crown contest, yet I refused to take part. The shock he felt at that must have been truly immense. Enough to drive him to revolt, even though doing so meant defying Renin hierarchy.
I know I've said this before, but Dahnans and Renins wouldn't coexist here if it wasn't for your stance.
But that was no lofty idealism on my part, nor do I feel any pride at what occurred.
Spare us the pity party. You literally just joined us to uphold those ideals.
Shion?
No, she is absolutely correct. I shall speak no more of my misgivings.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hootle?
Mahag Sar. That makes 4 out of the 5 realms that I've visited now.
I wonder what kind of lord we're gonna find.
Right, here goes!
Armor is all mine!
Water, hear my call! Eagle Fly! Here I come!
Glacial
One, here I come!
If they rush you, you gotta jump for cover, okay? Raging Cascade!
Sonic Thrust! Hurricane!
Air Thrust!
We're in good form!
Pow!
Annihilation! Mega Ray! Lightning
Sonic
Raging
Thrust!
Cascade!
I can handle it!
Weak now.
Now I'm in the groove!
Let's get you all tucked away!
Rising
Lunar
Water!
Corruption! Gemini
Eat
Opal!
this!
Arna,
Here it comes! I'm not done!
Let's ascend to the wind!
Dominate! In an instant! Impact Frost!
Wish they were all that easy.
Yeah, I think we might be getting too strong.
Isn't that good?
Play along, would you?
Hoo! Hoo, hoo, hoo. Hoo, hoo, hoo. Hoo! Hoo, hoo, hoo. Hoo! Maybe something's going on in the forest.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Swallow dance!
Now we're
We
never...
got company!
Rising
Lunar
Sun!
Corruption! Lunar Blast!
Crumble! Talent Storm! You're mine! Hey! Blow them away!
Water, hear my call!
Now, into the cross! Sword Blade Alpha!
Thunder Blade! Looks like it could be worth something.
There's something in the water. I didn't realize there was a pond here.
Yeah, this is Taka Pond. And it happened to have saved my life once upon a time.
What do you mean?
As a kid, I survived life under the past lords by escaping here when I needed to. It's terrible to swim in, but great for catching a bite for dinner away from Renin eyes.
Bear in mind, our rations back then weren't enough to live off of. You had to take matters into your own hands if you wanted enough food to survive.
But how did you catch them? With your bare hands?
That might take a while. Fish are prone to swim away at the first sign of trouble.
I'd put bait or a lure on a line and use it with a fishing rod.
You must not be familiar with fishing if this sounds new to you. Here, let me show you how it's done. Ha! All right, once more from the top.
I hope we catch something decent.
Indeed. Hungry bellies are counting on this. Reel it in. Boy, that's a bit of a letdown.
Looks like a pretty energetic fish.
And that's all there is to it.
Wow. It seems like you need to have good reflexes to catch anything. I don't know if it's really for me. Kisara? I think I've seen enough.
Oh, sorry. I guess I'm just in my own little world when I go fishing.
Looks like we're going to be here for a while.
That's how fishing goes. You wait for a bite, and then the real battle begins.
Miguel told me that different fish live in different regions, and you have to pick the right rod and lure for what you're hoping to catch.
But that doesn't change the fact it's a giant time sink.
Of course, each fish has its own unique flavor, too. And some of them are supposed to be extremely delicious.
When you put it like that, maybe it's worth me trying my hand at fishing after all.
You're just in it for the food.
I was hoping we'd get to fish during our travels. And it just so happens I made sure to grab my brother's old rod before I left Vicente. So, if you ever feel like fishing when we've got a little downtime, just let me know.
Good to hear. Thanks for showing us. Okay!
I'm always amazed what healing arts can do.
Just doing my job.
Hey. Is it just me, or have those two barely spoken a single word to one another?
I know, right? But after everything that happened with Miguel, is it really any wonder?
Kinda puts a damper on the whole journey though, huh? How long do you think they're gonna keep this up?
If it bothers you that much, why don't you ask them?
Why do I have to ask?
How come you walk together like that?
She really doesn't beat around the bush.
You mean Kisara and myself?
You hadn't noticed? You've been practically joined at the hip ever since we left Vicente.
I guess it's force of habit, most likely. I was always ready to protect him, should the need arise. It sort of came with the job description.
Right. From being in the Elder Menancia Guard. Although, Dohalim's pretty capable of defending himself, isn't he?
Having guards doesn't necessarily mean the one being guarded is weak. No one's perfect all the time.
Even so, it's not like they're entirely wrong, Kisara. You're no longer in my employ, after all.
I don't know. I mean, if it's what she's used to and you're both comfortable with it, then who are we to judge?
But she doesn't serve him anymore. It isn't normal for her to keep following him around like she still does.
You know, she's probably right. And a lot has changed over the last few days. I guess it wouldn't hurt to rethink our relationship in light of the new circumstances. Perhaps I'll give it some thought after all. Does that sound all right by you?
Of course.
You might want to stop asking his permission for every little thing while you're at it.
Sorry. It's not that easy, shaking off old habits. I'll probably need a little time to get fully used to it. I've noticed that sometimes we come across enemies who fight like you, and try to dodge our attacks at the last second.
I hate those guys. I can get some hits in when they move into attack, but otherwise they slip past damn near everything else I throw at them.
If what you're seeking is a way to more reliably hit them, there is a solution.
Try to outclass them on reflexes?
I possess the ability to command Earth elemental beings to some extent. They emerge as the land itself and take root on my command. They will swiftly bind the enemies, at which point you can dispatch them.
Huh?
What he means is that he can make plants grow to hold the enemies in place. At least I think that's probably what he's saying.
I'm glad at least one of us understands him. So basically, if we find an enemy that likes to dodge, we should let Dohalim handle it.
I shall do what I can within my modest means to help.
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
Finally made it.
I think there's someone in trouble here.
Hello.
Huh.
Kisara.
Right!
Further! Sighted! Raging Storm! Fred! Dance in the wind now! Having flame of fury! Burning!
Take this! All finished!
We're cleaning house.
Let me take the rest of them!
Oh, someone's feeling lively! Freeze Lancer!
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara!
This could be useful. That Zoogle looks tough, but...
I think we're game for it, yeah.
I won't forgive you!
I'll smash you! Demon Fang!
Are those arms even natural?
Double Demon Fang!
Sweet chocolate if I do! Go for the weak point!
Destruction! We did it!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pumping.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
I'll tear you apart! Demon Fang!
Eat that! In the wind! Air! It's weakened!
Smash you! This ends now!
I'm on a roll now! Go time! In the wind!
It's on!
By the score!
Burn!
Go time! Lightning!
hope this thing is medically approved.
Not on my watch!
I'm on it!
Oh, and
Raging charge! Shion!
Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
I'll heal you all!
Wait!
I never miss! Thunder
I'll tear you apart! Rising Viper! Dragon Shell!
Raging Cascade!
I owe you one! Tornado Alpha!
Seal! Mega Ray! Annihilation!
Through!
Searing Flare!
Rising! Prepare to be sealed!
Thunder Field!
Rising Phoenix!
War without
Here comes something big!
Rising
Dawn!
Save you! Thunder!
It's on!
Let me help!
Burn in hell!
Did you just
heal me?
Yes. I need you, remember?
Right.
Light Astral Energy!
Mega Thor!
Lightning! Here's a healing art! Thunder Blade!
Joe, take this! Feel like me again.
Big Blast!
Lunar
Rising
Corruption!
Viper!
Lightning Orb! Gemini! There you go! Art Field!
Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down! Here's a healing art!
Rising Viper!
First air! Dance in the
Rising
wind!
Phoenix!
Sleep well! Let the marksman handle saving this one!
Rising Falcon!
Searing Flare! Reload!
Taking over! It's all mine! Rising Falcon! Right now!
No one ever
Take
takes
this!
Raging Cascade!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! I think I'm getting stronger.
An opponent like this should be easy. Not today!
Mega Ray! Talon Storm! Power of Blood! This one! Annihilation!
Double Demon Fire!
Wind!
Do it!
Banana! Astral Energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Take it! Well done!
Now I'm in the do it!
Thunderblade!
All aboard the victory train!
Overconfidence can bite you in the butt.
Good.
Really now.
Finally. If only we could have flown with the wind to get here faster. Hmm?
Right.
Excuse me! Well... Hmm.
Good.
What the? Seriously?
All right.
Finally. If only we could have flown with the wind to get here faster. You can tell it's tough just looking at it.
Let's dispose of the trash.
Mega Ray! Searing Flame! Reload!
I'm on him! Stop!
Here goes!
Dragon Swarm!
Now
The
you see what I
flashing
can
target
do!
weak point! Burning Thrust!
Here, let me help.
Demon Fang! I owe you one.
I'm ready!
I'll stop its charge.
Thanks, Kisara!
This one's all mine!
Lunar Corruption!
Here I first blast through!
Wind Action! Lightning Condemned!
You picked the wrong fight!
Take this! Now I'm in the groove!
Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
Raging Cascade! Mega Ray! Annihilation! Dance in the wind! Seal! Annihilation!
Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down.
I'm on it! It's coming through!
Freeze Laser!
No further!
Take
Thrust! Condition!
Now you see what I can do!
Lunar Corruption! Dance in
Here I
the
go!
wind!
I'm on it!
What?
It's over!
Use a healing art! Lightning Condemned!
This
Now!
one's all mine! Totally! In an instant! Impact Cross! Down
Dance
on
in the wind!
Rising Falcon!
Now! Lunar Corruption!
Dragon Swarm!
Leave the charges to me.
Gemini Aqua! Ready! Annihilation! The enemy is going all out!
This one's mine.
Cover the caster!
Will this help?
Fang Blast!
Raging
Take this!
Cascade! Healing
Here I go!
It's about to strike!
Look sharp, everyone!
Burning strike!
You're mine! Sword Rain Alpha!
Now you see what I can do!
Demon Fang!
Now we're on a roll now! Let's tear 'em up!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Eagle Dive!
Try harder!
I'm almost impressed.
My praise comes from you.
I said almost. Don't get carried away.
Denied!
Okay, here I am! Sword Rain Alpha! Raining Slash!
Mega Ray! Get on in there with the others!
Forward Blade! Try this! Eat this! Okay, here I go! Kisara! Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclone!
Wow. Look what I just found.
We've reached our destination.
Okay.
Seriously?
Well,
What the?
wonder if something happened.
You okay?
Yeah!
Okay.
Huh?
Here we go!
We finally made it.
What's that huge Zoogle over there?
Pow!
Armor
won't save you!
Burning strike! You have to aim for the bright area on their back. Where are you going? The flashing part's their weak point. Hear my call.
Come and get it! Swallow blade!
Nice ball blast. Will this work? Here's the evil. Whoa! Hey! What is this?
Sword blade alpha!
It looks like you got this one covered.
Easter!
Glacial steel. Here's the evil. Raging help!
Sword blade alpha! In a bind!
Metal storm! Lightning Here's a healing arc! First aid!
I owe you one.
First strike!
Lightning
Tear!
Thunder! Will this help?
Swallow dance! Now I'm in the groove!
Lightning
Raging
raging
water!
cascade!
What a relief! My focus!
Lightning condemned! Thunder collection!
Rising focus! Sonic thrust! Now! While it's reeling!
Take it down!
Blending flash!
Raging storm!
Did you hear it now?
Here, let me help! First aid!
I owe you one.
You're mine! It's Talon devastation! Totally! In an instant! Impact block! Talon storm! Dragon storm!
Will this work? Into the shadows!
Eternal devastation!
Back into the floor!
Ignite!
I never miss! Wow, I'm impressed.
Rising Wyvern!
Now you see what I can do!
Hurricane thrust!
In a bind!
Rising Phoenix!
All back in their defense!
Glad you have your uses.
I'll show you how useful I can be!
Why'd you heal me?
To stop you dying?
Right.
Raging storm!
Take this!
Raging
This one,
storm!
all mine!
Floor blast!
Rising Falcon!
Lightning condemned!
Ignite!
Oh, now you're talking!
Pierce the evil!
Double demon blade!
Raging
Demon blade!
Ready and ready! Now you see what I can do!
Rising Wyvern! No escape!
Almost there!
Oh, close enough. Take it away, Laura.
I thought you'd never out!
Raging storm! Glacial steel! Pierce
Take
evil!
this!
Rising Falcon! Sword blade alpha! Eternal devastation! First strike!
Where are you going?
Do it! Do it!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
I think I'm getting stronger.
You finally made it.
Okay.
I wonder if something happened.
Oh? Yeah. Yeah. Why?
What?
Yeah. Got it. Great.
I hate that woman.
Well... yeah.
I'll ever quite warm up to her?
That can't be. No.
Oh, what?
Hey!
Uh-huh.
Oh?
Why?
Whoa!
Watch it! Hey! Oh?
Huh? No way.
Hey!
We've reached our destination.
Why are you looking at me like that?
That armor you wear is standard.
This is a true masterpiece, no less than culinary art.
Mind if I join you, Law?
Oh, hey, Alphen. What's up?
Nothing. I was just surprised to see you weren't training for once. Got a stomach ache or something?
You know I don't literally train around the clock, right? I do take breaks.
Do you? It seems like you're training every chance you get.
Well, yeah, it can't be helped if I want to get stronger. Still, it's important to let your muscles rest every now and then. That's what my dad told me anyway.
Zephyr said that?
When I was a little kid, yeah. I would get so excited whenever he came home. I always followed him wherever he went and tried to learn as much from him as I could. He said, it's good to be passionate, but don't overdo it. Just like there are times when you want to take a break from studying, sometimes your body wants to take a break from training, too. I was always rushing around and forgetting to rest, so he ended up telling me that a lot.
That definitely sounds like him.
It's nothing to get sad over. Still, I can't help but wonder if that was my dad's way of teaching me the dangers of rushing into things too quickly. Then again, maybe I'm just overthinking things. I wish I'd had more time to talk to him about this kind of stuff. See you guys tomorrow. You guys ready to hit the road? I know I am.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
I just noticed none of you other Danans have spirit cores. Why is that?
Both of my parents were part of the resistance in Calaglia. In fact, my birth was kept a secret from the Renans.
Mine too. We always lived in hiding, so I never had a spirit core embedded in me like I was supposed to.
What about you, Alphen? You were a slave in Calaglia before all this, weren't you?
To be completely honest, I'm not sure why I don't have one. All the other Danan slaves around me did. I was the only exception. They tended to keep their distance from me to avoid attracting any attention from the soldiers, because of my mask and all. What about you, Kisara? Do you still have your spirit core?
No. I was able to find a good Renan doctor who's sympathetic to our kind, and had them remove it before I left. They did such a great job, the procedure didn't even leave a scar.
One of the benefits of coexistence, huh?
I know that once the spirit vessel was shut down, there wasn't much need for me to hurry. But still, I didn't like having that mark of servitude lingering on me any longer than I had to. It may sound a little strange to hear me say this, but I'm just me now. Not a guardsman or a slave. I'm my own woman, and this is my chance to have a new beginning.
This sure is one rugged road. You'd think they'd keep this at least a little better maintained, right?
Why spend energy fixing that which is rarely used? Repairs require time and effort, which in our world means slaves, often in great numbers. For you, it may be a simple request, but that can quickly become another's difficult burden. Nobody gains anything without someone expending effort.
And you know, somehow that someone always ends up being a Danan, while the Renans are the ones who gain.
True enough. Ideally, in a perfect world, I think it's only fair that the ones who need it should be the ones to perform the work.
However, when doing so could be dangerous like it is here, there are many who would prefer that it be others who risk their lives in their stead.
So, what you're saying is that people will just put up with the inconvenience until someone else comes along to fix it for them?
Indeed. And it is those who can no longer bear that feeling that inevitably take action. Much like the Danans in our group do so now. As strange as it may be to hear such a thing from the likes of myself.
It's true that most of the Danans in Calaglia have been resigned to just accepting things as they are. Still, we can't just blame them for...
What are you making that face for? You're not worn out already, are you?
Nah, just regretting I ever said anything in the first place.
He's gone! They got me flanked! Lightning throw!
Purge malevolence! Arcane waterfall! Freeze! Airborne in the wind! I'm also good with airborne targets.
Swallow blade!
Do it! Astral energy!
Say no more!
Got it!
Well done!
Swallow dance!
I'm all stuffed up!
Watch
Wind
this!
in the wind!
Hurricane thrust!
Air thrust!
I wonder if I'm as strong as my dad was.
One day I think you'll surpass him.
I wonder when.
All right.
There's nowhere to run from my art! When he slows down, that's our chance! Eagle fly!
It's like trying to keep up with a wolf!
You're right ahead.
Get on here!
Can't get out of this! I'm on Rising Falcon! Damn it! It's too fast! Stand back! I'll trip it up! I'll tear you apart! Raining slap!
Take it!
It's
And
time!
again! Lightning orb! Raging lightning!
All fitted you hear it now!
In
a bind? I'll tear you up!
Freeze lantern! Hear me! Flame of fury!
Swallow blade!
Piercing smoke!
Eat double demon fire! Sword!
Purge malevolence!
Rising Viper! Now we have Storm! Rising Phoenix!
Water! Hear my call!
Double Demon Fang! Destruction! Triple Storm! Demon Fang! Turn up Devastation! Double Demon Fang! Doubling! In an instant! Impact Block!
Got some interesting moves there, Dohalim. I'm glad you're on our side.
I'm simply glad to hear that I can make myself useful to you all. Huh?
What's wrong?
We seem to have come across some rather unusual objects.
What, you mean that pile of garbage?
No mere garbage, I assure you. Still, I've never seen anything shaped like it before. I'm intrigued.
Are you curious about this stuff, Rinwell?
Yeah. I think he might have found some old Danon relics. They look like the remains of a bunch of objects that disappeared after the Renans first invaded.
And yet here I am, holding them without so much as a second thought. I imagine this sight must be unsettling to you.
Not really, just that it must be nice to be a Renan who has time to indulge in stuff like that, unlike the rest of us.
Are you interested in this stuff too, Dohalim?
Charmed may be a better turn of phrase. I simply love objects that can give me a sense of what their maker was thinking, the history that went into their creation. You see, we Renans have hardly any such objects that trace back to our distant past.
I still don't understand what you two find so intriguing about it, though.
Why not? We're talking about our own culture here.
I get that, but it's not like this stuff is any use now, does it? It's just old. Real old.
Oh, but it does. Holding it in your hands like this, one can feel and engage with the distant past in a way no history book can ever accomplish.
I'll take your word for it. Well, seeing as it's Danon history, just make sure you're careful with it. All right, Dohalim?
But of course.
I sense a strange power from this.
This should come in handy when crafting weapons.
Visibility along this path will remain limited for some time. Take care not to get ambushed.
I'm surprised you know the terrain here so well. Lords don't strike me as having much time for wandering in the woods.
Sometimes I would take strolls along here when I wished to be alone.
You always did have a bad habit of disappearing without telling any of us guardsmen.
This will be a delicious piece of cake.
Dragon Shell! Rising Wyvern! Crush! Rising Falcon!
It's a duel of the arts.
Sonic Thrust! Try this!
We got the advantage.
Good. We got flyers!
I've got this.
Damn it!
Let a marksman handle it.
All yours!
Here.
An Astro Ball?
That's my feeling.
Attack time! Shut him down!
Now.
Kisara! Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclops!
Annihilation. Mega Ray.
Swallow Blade!
Annihilation. This one's got your name on it.
Action through action!
Mega Ray.
This should make for some good weapon crafting material.
Out of our way.
Where
If it's in the sky, it's mine!
Airborne astral energy!
Say no more!
Well done!
Now I can let loose!
So much for sitting this fight out.
I know fine weapon material when I see it.
It's so hilly around here. I can feel my feet getting blisters.
That's mountain hiking for you.
Get lost!
Hey, when did I get so popular?
Eat this! Here I come!
Here's your look!
Eat dirt! I'll tear you apart!
Now!
Here I come!
Feel! Never miss!
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for yours truly!
Here goes! Madden Dream!
Demon Fang!
Do it!
Double Demon Fang!
Demon's Descent!
Flashing Fang!
The enemy wields arts too.
I feel stronger. I mean, a bit.
Good. We're counting on you, Rinwell.
On me? Well, I'll do my best.
Glacial
You
spear!
don't come here, evil!
Take this!
Take this!
Freeze lightning orb!
Rip and tear! Dazzle!
Here I go!
Yes! Stepping on the wall now!
Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
Strut!
I'm on!
Flying freeze! Why can't they just
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
Hey, I'm pretty lucky.
Right, here goes!
I'm like bait to them!
Sleep now!
Strut!
I'll be saving this way! Now! Astral energy! Full throttle!
Ready to go!
One more! One!
Here I come!
Freeze Lancer! One more!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah!
Astral energy!
Kisara! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Lightning!
Swallow the Dragon Shout!
Annihilation!
Now we're not-
Flame of fury!
Swallow the
Water! Yeah!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! See that?
That training's paying off! Onward and upward. The design of this equipment. It's really interesting.
You must really like it, Alphen. More Danon ruins here too, I see.
What were people even thinking back then? Trying to build anything around here.
Look, maybe they just had that much time and energy on their hands. Here goes!
Here I come!
Feel!
Mirage!
This'll come in
Dragon
handy!
Form! Sonic Thrust! We did it!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
Ignite!
Ready and ready!
Do it! Lightning orb! Astral energy!
Say no more.
I can feel my precision improving.
I sure have built up a sweat with this hike.
Rest assured, we have reached the top. It's all downhill from here, quite literally.
So Mahawk Sar's just up ahead then?
Indeed. If you look,
Hi, Hoodle! Take it! Here it comes! Hit! One more!
Rising Waters!
Octane Waterfall! I never miss!
Rising Phoenix!
Don't do it!
I'll be saving!
Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang!
Easy! Way to go!
Now I can let loose. I've still got a ways to go.
Nothing gets by me!
Glacial spear!
Rising Wyvern!
Eagle of Fire!
Rising Phoenix!
Art expert coming through!
Rising Wyvern!
Do it!
You're on!
Together, that wasn't even a problem.
What's this place here? Some kind of old house?
Hi, Hoodle! Don't mind if I do. Dragon Lunar Corruption! Steel! Now! Get toasty!
First strike!
Right, next one.
Thunder Field!
Already on!
Raging Cascade!
Rising Falcon!
Now you see what I can do!
I guess you have your uses now and again.
Told ya! Lies are unstoppable!
Ignite!
Shame you're not like that all the time. Now! Kisara! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
This calls for a celebratory drink.
This will be a delicious piece of cake! There! And a
Rising Wyvern!
Lightning
Rising Phoenix!
Arcade water! Ready! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that game.
My lady?
Something you want?
A comfortable win.
No choice! Demon Fang!
Take this!
John Demon Fang! Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! See that?
That training's paying off!
Lightning
Here
now! Do it!
Rising Phoenix!
Let's get you...
Hold up! Is this as valuable as I think it is?
Little help!
I'm surrounded!
Not in your dreams!
Eat this!
Glacial Field! Supernova! Do it! Get toasty!
Burn strike!
Right, next one.
Already on!
With the wind! Air thrust!
Already on!
Do it! The enemy's arm!
Hey! Blow them away!
Searing photon! Astral energy!
Say no more!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
This might be some deep... decent equipment.
Anything that makes battles easier is okay by me.
Do it! Astral energy!
Say no more! That astral energy was incredible.
I gave it everything I had.
Gotta break through!
Glacial Spear! Pierce evil!
Be still!
Now I'm in the groove!
Pierce through! Blending flash!
Searing
Demon
Flash!
Fang! Double Demon Fang!
Demon's Descent!
Flashing Fang!
Easy! Way to go! Flare Tornado!
Now I'm in the groove!
Lunar Corruption! Gemini Aqua!
You're mine! Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
The astral energies surging around me.
How do you even know about all that astrally stuff?
Same way I know what you do in the middle of the night.
What? Are you serious?
Hi, Hoodle!
You're mine!
Confiscated! Archfield! Raging Storm! Banana, let's go!
Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
Do it!
Reverse!
Astral energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done!
Rising Light! Rising Phoenix!
Watch this!
Soaring Alpha! We did it!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content. Thank you.
Let's refrain from losing. Through these lands most verdant green, my eyes alight for sights unseen in Menancia.
Still thinking about how to act around Dohalim?
That obvious, huh? Except I don't think I'll be changing much after all. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to stay his servant. However, I am going to treat him like a fellow comrade, the same way I would with you or anyone else. For as long as I can remember, I've spent my life protecting others. But isn't that what friends do too? Support and protect one another in times of need?
Which in the end pretty much means doing as you've always done, right? If that's what you're most comfortable with, I'm certainly not going to give you any grief over it.
Actually, I've been thinking about how I ought to act around you all as well.
Oh?
When I set out on this journey, it was to rid Menancia of its enemies, and search for wisdom in the outside world. Wisdom that I could potentially put to use on my return. I'm grateful to you all for letting me tag along. But it got me thinking, what am I actually contributing by being here?
What are you talking about? You know how to hold a weapon, don't you? That's help enough.
Is it though? Sometimes I wish there was more I could be doing to pull my...
Oops, sorry about that. Jeez, I'm famished.
Now that you mention it, what do you guys normally do for food and meals when you're out and about on your travels?
What do you mean, what do we do? We find stuff to eat and eat it. So long as it's meat, I'm not fussy.
Eating what you like can be good for morale in the short term, but you need to think about your diet if you want to stay healthy.
Does that mean eating vegetables too?
Isn't that obvious?
It does, which I guess hasn't been happening up till now.
Yeah, to be honest, we could be eating better than we do.
Understood. In that case, I'll just have to make sure you're all staying healthy and eating right myself. Fortunately, I happen to know a thing or two about cooking as well.
You hear that, Law? Sounds like you'll be eating your greens after all.
What is it?
No, sorry, it's just... I was just wondering if you had any thoughts on all this.
It will do her good to have a project.
No, not Kisara. I meant you. Was there anything you wanted to add?
Me? Certainly you're not looking to me for culinary skill, I hope.
Typical Renan, leaving everything to someone else.
Rinwell, I don't think...
That said, should you need my skills on the battlefield, please rest assured I have no intention of shirking my responsibilities, regardless of who we may face.
I'm sure no one doubts that. Listen, guys, if we're traveling together, we should probably at least try to make an effort to get to know one another, don't you think?
I wouldn't get your expectations too high in that regard. Believe it or not, sometimes I'm not sure I even know myself all that well.
Something wrong? You look like you're deep in thought.
Not exactly. I was merely thinking about you two and your sense of etiquette.
Oh?
Etiquette?
Indeed. To be quite frank, I find your lack of manners to be nigh intolerable.
That's not being frank, that's being and forget it. Do we really need to talk about this now?
Yes. I find such impropriety on your parts to be deeply unsettling. It concerns me greatly.
What do you want us to do? We were slaves. We never got to learn how to be proper like you.
Yeah, what he said. Maybe you missed how we were just focused on surviving.
Perhaps, but Kisara here demonstrates that it's quite possible for a Denon to learn proper manners.
That's because I was given the opportunity to learn. Moreover, my duties as a guardsman required it. Not every realm is like Menancia, as you well know.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair to hold us to some other city standards.
Exactly. You've got to remember what it's been like for us living under the Rena elsewhere.
I will concede that you do indeed make a valid point. It would appear, for all my espousing the virtues of equality between our peoples, I was still looking down on the two of you.
You don't need to beat yourself up. I wasn't that offended by what you said, man.
Nevertheless, I shall mind my words from here on out. Having said that, I do believe you two would still benefit from learning the basics of proper society. I would be more than happy to teach you both when we camp out, if you like.
Yeah, no, I'll pass. Acting all prim and proper isn't really my style.
If you say so. How about you, Law? Would you like to learn? Although I suppose my first task is to reform your attitude toward the idea of good etiquette.
You're not gonna let this go, are you?
that big tower over there? Not this way, I guess.
Judging by the stench, I'd say the animals at the ranch are all grown now.
I'm impressed how well balanced this thing is.
Let's see. Dohalim, your spare bracers were getting dirty, so I polished them up along with the rest of your equipment.
Why, thank you, Kisara. I greatly appreciate that.
Maybe it's just my imagination, but you sure seem to fuss over Dohalim a whole lot, Kisara.
It is a little strange. Almost like you're still in his service.
Really? That's certainly not my intention. Besides, he's not the only one I'm like that with. Hey, Law? I saw your clothes were starting to get holes in them, so I stitched them back up for you.
Oh, wow. Thanks, Kisara.
Point taken. Do you just like looking after people?
I wouldn't go so far as to say I like it, but I get anxious if I don't. I'd always like to help if I can. It comes naturally to me. Back in the day, Miguel and I used to look after the younger kids a lot, so that's probably where it comes from. He taught me everything I know, and I mean everything. How to cook with wild plants, how to sew clothes so they'll last. Without him, we never would have been able to survive.
However, you're not a lord anymore, Dohalim. You need to get used to the idea that people aren't just going to wait on you hand and foot.
Yes, you're absolutely right. I'm ashamed to admit that I felt no qualms about her doing all that for me. As both a Renan and especially as a lord, one becomes too accustomed to those beneath you tending to your every need, both Renans and Danans alike.
Sure, that's how all you Renans are probably raised. But just to be clear, we're not your servants, Dohalim. Got that?
Absolutely. Moments such as this provide me with ample opportunity to confront my unease. It is difficult to tend with my own motivations.
What do you mean?
The truth of the matter is that my espousal of coexistence in Menancia hardly came from an idealistic place. That instinctive unease I feel deep within serves as a reminder for what it is that all of us here fight for.
Don't be so hard on yourself. No one's going to abandon you if you aren't always perfect.
Looking at her now, I think she's more like his mom than his servant.
This looks perfect. Guaranteed to hit the spot.
Kisara, let's talk for a bit. Maintaining your shield? It's becoming a familiar sight.
Miguel was the one who taught me how to maintain my equipment after I first joined the Guard. Now, it's just a part of my routine.
Your brother always seems to come up whenever I talk to you.
That's because we had no other relatives. So it was just the two of us growing up. He was my idol. The one I looked up to and wanted to be like. When I became a guardsman, Lagiel wasn't too pleased to see me at first. It was Miguel who really welcomed me aboard.
Lagiel? Oh, right. She was Miguel's second in the Gold Dust Cats, wasn't she?
That's right. She's always been a very critical and down-to-earth person. In other words, the complete opposite of a dreamer like me.
You're more an idealist than some pie-in-the-sky dreamer.
Even so, that's my brother's doing. He'd never let me stop seeing a brighter world. He always did what he could to keep me smiling and happy.
You must have meant a lot to him.
He wasn't just kind, either. He always worked so hard to set an example for me and everyone else around him. He was a true big brother. So much so that when he thought I was asleep, he'd slip out of the house to go training on the outskirts of town.
You seem to know a lot about it.
That's because I only pretended to be asleep and would follow after him. You know what? I'm at a good stopping point with my shield. If you've got time, how about I tell you a couple more Miguel stories?
I guess I'd better get comfortable.
I'll take watch tonight. It's okay. Before we go, do you guys have everything?
Breeze. Get in, get out.
Airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
No complaints here.
Dragon form!
Do it!
Thrust! River!
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Shut!
Well done.
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
Hey, Let's stop for a minute.
What's up? You already tired?
My armor's pretty heavy. I think I need a little rest.
I second that. All of this walking is starting to take its toll on me as well.
What? You don't look it.
We can't spare the time. There's places we need to be. Mahag Sar's capital, Niez, is our destination right now.
But if one of us collapses, it will only serve to slow us down. And in your case, Alphen is the only one who could carry you. Best to rest while you have the opportunity.
Enough already! I need a break, so we're taking one.
I don't need you fretting over me.
Fretting? Hey, it's not like I'm...
Been looking for you.
For me? Why?
He's tough.
Who are you? You said you were looking for me. Why?
Beautiful, precious life.
What the...
That is all I desire.
Then why are we fighting? Who even are you?
Thunder field!
Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down!
Carve through armor! You're mine! Swordling Alpha! Rule away!
Can't get out of
Hear me! Flame
Who the hell are you? Bastard!
This guy's not normal!
His speed is unbelievable.
You mean he even surpasses a lord?
Away! Hear my call!
Dazzle!
Spread!
Die.
This one's almost burn!
Show me your strength.
Dragon-sonic thrust! Sonic thrust! Swordling Alpha! Raining slash!
Healing circle!
I owe you one.
So much for sitting this fight out.
That wouldn't be a complaint.
No, saving this one!
The earth throbs in pain.
Shield force!
Thank you. Did they not teach you to say thank you, Indana?
Is that all that you've got? Very well. Then die. A wretch like you? Shion, wake up, please!
Alphen?
Shion!
Thanks, but you're kinda crushing me.
Sorry.
It's okay. And so am I. It's not as bad as it looks.
Not bad. That's... Shion, we thought
I'm
you were...
fine. Really.
What the hell were you thinking?
Well, you were trying to protect me too, you know.
Yeah, but I have the sword. It's different.
It's not different. Besides,
Hmm?
Never mind. It's nothing. Anyway, thank you.
But I didn't... Look, I'm just glad that you're...
Alphen?
Sorry.
That guy said he'd be back. I think maybe we should get moving before he returns, right?
Rinwell has a good point. We need to go. Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I already applied some healing arts to it. It didn't even leave a scar.
But his sword went nearly straight through you.
I'm all right. Unless I've turned into some kind of ghost and I'm haunting you all right now.
No, I know you're not. It's just...
Look, I appreciate you looking out for me, but I'm fine, really.
There was also that strange light that appeared when Shion was stabbed. It seemed to make the enemy retreat when he saw it. Alphen, do you have any idea what it might have been?
A light? I don't know. I was kind of preoccupied with other things at the time.
Now that I think of it, between that light and the blazing sword, just what sort of person are you, Alphen? Can you use Danon astral arts like Rinwell, perhaps?
He wouldn't know, Dohalim. He doesn't have any memories from his past, remember? Besides, we should really be getting out of here.
I suppose you're right. Forgive me. We've almost reached Nias, the capital of Mahag Sar. With any luck, we'll find a place there for Shion to rest.
Hey.
How are you holding up after that last fight? You're not too hurt, are you?
I'm fine, really. See for yourself.
If things get too tough out there, go ahead and fall back. I can take a beating if I need to.
I'm not here just to stand around and have everyone protect me.
I get that, but there's nothing wrong with admitting you have weaknesses too.
Do I look like I'm just trying to put on a brave face to you?
I can't feel pain, but you still can, can't you?
Look, I appreciate you're trying to look out for me, but even you go down in fights from time to time. Please, stop trying to babysit me. It's getting old.
It's not that. I just...